A new seasonal version of Moore was just announced, and I feel like she just might have the potential to fight the light units that we have currently dominating the meta. So that's very, very interesting. Now, I'm a big fan of Moore, I'm a big fan of wind units, so of course I'm going to be hyped for her. But today I'll be talking out of my ass a little bit, because we haven't seen the stats yet, and everything I'm talking about is just a little bit of notes that we had in the patch notes, and that's it. So we'll see when she's released how much she actually impacts the meta. Now, before we talk about Moore's kit, I want to talk about two things. First of all my videos are sponsored by Amazon. So if you're not aware, I have an Amazon affiliate link that you can find in the description of all my videos. And if you click through there and make a purchase, I get a little something, and it helps keep the channel going. If you are located in the US, UK, France, or Germany, you can install the game via the Amazon App Store. And if you do that and you buy Viz using Amazon coins, you can save up to 20% off your Viz. So you basically just get more resources for what you spend. Right now there's a deal going on where for $80 you get $100 worth of Amazon coins, which means more, again, Viz for your buck. Definitely a good deal. If you don't have that version installed yet, you can just take a look at the link below and it will explain to you how to install it and then how to benefit from that deal. Now, the Amazon App Store is actually sponsoring an in-game event, which I think is pretty cool. The more in-game events, the more PvP stuff we have going on, the more War of the Visions is exciting to me. So I really hope this is going to be a big success. But this Thursday, on the February 3rd, there will be a PvP tournament organized by the Amazon App Store. It will be hosted by Justin, the community manager for Square Enix, and then RNJ will be there as the main shoutcaster alongside a bunch of other content creators that will show throughout the event. So I definitely hope you guys can tune in. I will link the Twitch link for Square Enix in the description below again, so save the date, save the time, and please show up. I really want a lot of people to be there to watch the event, to participate, because that's the way we'll get more events that are organized by the Amazon App Store or other platforms. If this works well, who knows what kind of tournament we'll get in the future. Now, back to our Moore. She is getting a brand new job where she is a wind magic attacker. They're going to use gloves, just like the Energists, and we are also getting gloves that have wind attack up, so you can expect her to hit fairly hard just from those little bonuses. But what I find interesting about the job is that they are going to be relying on status effects, so I think pretty much everything in her kit is going to do a different status effects. The three that have been showcased in the patch notes are Silence from her Limit Break, and then Poison and Sleep, so all fairly impactful status effects, especially if you're a mage and you need to not be silenced to be able to use all of your abilities. So guess what? The current light attackers are basically Jaden, Starlit Elena, maybe Fina and Yuna. They all have high faith. They are very susceptible to status effects. If they get silenced, they can't even use their abilities, and then they're severely shut down. But also, Engelbert and Starlit Elena use Courage a lot, and if you die from a poison tick, so this reduces you to 1 normally, Courage does not proc, and you actually die through it, so poison can counter them if it procs at the right time. So there is definitely something Moore can do against those units if she can land her attacks. So, can she land her attacks? Well, the wind VCs in general are very accurate. We have the Near VC for 35% luck, especially good if you're running a physical attacker. The Typhon VC gives 15 accuracy to everybody, but more will also be released alongside a new vision card, Fervor of the Festival, that has accuracy up in the individual slot. She is going to be a Rune Knight in one of her jobs, so she'll have Apothecary, Rune Knight, and Time Mage, and Rune Knight has a passive that's called Sharp Mind that gives you accuracy up 20. And then on top of that, Moore has an ability that gives her re-raise and a bunch of stuff, including accuracy up. So I feel like, yes, she is probably going to be able to land her hits because she has many different things that lead to her having high accuracy in her kit. So I just mentioned a new vision card. What this is going to do is for all wind unit equipping it, it's going to give them accuracy up. If Moore specifically has it, she's going to have AP cost rate down. We don't know her starting AP yet. We don't know how good that part is going to be, but the party ability seems quite good. It's going to give Man-Eater on magical attacks, HP up, and then Earth resistance. Goodbye Earth. If Wind wasn't already wrecking it now that Joom is here, it's going to completely shatter Earth teams. But mostly it's good synergy with Halloween Little Leela. Now in a team you could have Typhon and this VC, Leela and Moore, and then have Joom as a tank or a physical attacker depending on what you need, and you're going to have a pretty strong team. I think it's going to be a good VC to have in your kit. So with all that, I mean, we don't know the stats yet. Maybe it won't be a big thing, maybe it will, but I am quite excited to see more about that. if this leads to more, and Win in general, being able to beat Light, what will this change in the upcoming meta? Well, I feel like indirectly Dark is going to see more value, especially in high-level guild battles, because right now, high-level guild battle is pretty much Light or Dark, and sometimes some Wind. If we see a lot more Wind because it now counters Light, well, Dark is going to gain a lot of value, because I still feel like they're going to be able to beat the Wind teams. They have Dwayne and Golbez that can remove re-raise, and just generally high enough damage that they can actually burst through more. So yeah, maybe we'll see them gain a little bit more value. I don't think Golbez will be a must for them, but Dwayne will definitely be a strong unit altogether. And then we'll also get raise in the value of fire units. Why? Because if there's a lot of wind running, there will be some ice to counter them, and then what fights ice? Well, fire does. The main thing that I was afraid of regarding Sitya, and I'm still rather afraid, is she has fairly low accuracy, so she will not be able to fight the light meta that much. If light has already been tossed out of the way a little bit, then fire might actually have its time to shine, which would be very interesting. We'll have to see what the impacts are. Now, do I think light is going to die? No, I don't. I think the light teams are still going to be very strong in many different setups, and the future light evasion units that we have in the pipeline right now are both physical-oriented units, so we're going to get Luck and Violet, and neither of those are going to be run at a super high faith. They won't be as susceptible to status effects as the others, and so maybe they'll be able to fight more a lot better, and then we'll switch back to a light meta. We just don't know. We don't have the stats yet. We'll experience this as it goes. But I would be very interested to hear you guys' thought. Are you excited for her? Does this seem like a new concept that seems good? Or does it seem like I'm overreacting to potential impacts of a unit like this? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.